Hotdog. Hi, everyone, or both of you, however many people are listening to this. Welcome to the first episode of Hangin with Hotdog. I'm Hotdog Dave, and to kick off my first podcast, I want to give a huge thank you to all the men and women who serve or have served for this amazing country we live in. Thanks to you, there are so many freedoms that we can enjoy day in and day out. And it's not just those who directly serve, but also the love and support of their families. Now, I apologize if I'm bouncing all around, but this is my first podcast, and I'm not exactly the most tech savvy. So I planned on posting this earlier today, but I had to go to work, spend some time with my family, which, by the way, a little bit about myself. My name is Dave Morrison, henceforth, Hot Dog Dave. And I'm married to my beautiful wife, Tracy. I have 3 daughters, 1 son, and 2 dogs. And the dogs you might hear every so often throughout this. But anyway, making podcasts is something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but I haven't taken the time. And honestly, I've been too concerned about what people might think. But for me, the subject of thanking our veterans is important enough to give me that kick in the butt. So since today is Veterans Day, I wanted to make this something a little special. So I have met so many veterans in my life, and some are or were very near and dear to me. And sadly enough, I've actually met so many more, but I either never took the chance to find out more information, or they chose not to talk about it because their experiences have been like too tough to share. I know a lot of us, when we think of veterans, we think of Iraq, and Afghanistan. But there's so many more places where these brave individuals have fought, protected, observed, even carried out so many missions that we have no idea about, nor should we. I mean, there's a lot of issues and tasks that our military conducts that us civilians, we don't need to know this stuff, because it would be far too easy for us to cast judgments, form opinions, and we don't even know the whole scenario. There's a lot of stuff that they do that we don't need to know. But thinking about Vietnam and repercussions of those who served there, many of those who went there came back completely different and couldn't even return to the young men or even the little boys that they once were. So society, government, even family members turned their backs on these people. And they went there thinking that they were doing something good for everyone, and then they get back home and didn't exactly receive the welcome that they expected. Their lives have been completely transformed physically and mentally, and that's if they were lucky enough to come home. So within the last 15 to 20 years, we've been hearing a lot about the initials PTSD, but the truth is, it's been in existence for far longer than that. And of course, it's not just limited to the military, but that to me is where it's been very prevalent. When I worked, there's a specific example. When I worked at CarMax, I had a customer who served 4 tours, and when he was deployed, an explosive went off when he was in the restroom. He lost much of his hearing, but when he does hear loud noises, it's visibly obvious that he can't relax. I was giving him the keys to his new car that he purchased, and someone else who had just purchased a car slammed the hatchback door down of their car, and he jumped and looked around in a big panic. And the sad thing is, he apologized to me. He must take medications to keep calm throughout the day, and he admitted that sometimes it's too much for him to handle. But he has a daughter who motivates him to get through these tough days. With that said, there's way too many veterans who don't have these motivating factors or the ability to get through the tough days. I've heard alarming numbers in the past regarding the daily suicide rate of veterans. It's been a while, but I want to say it's probably about 15 to 20 veterans each day who commit suicide. And these aren't just the homeless guy holding a cardboard sign on the side of the road. It's young, active military members, Vietnam vets, even family men who've served 1 tour and got out after only 4 years. There's not just one single determining factor or symptom to watch for. It can affect anyone. But me personally, I'm not a psychiatrist trying to diagnose PTSD, or I don't have a specific cause that I'm trying to promote. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to our veterans, and we don't just have to do it for one day a year. Just look for the signs like, a Semper Fi bumper sticker, a T-shirt, or a hat that lets us know they served for us. Shake their hand, honk and wave, or just say thank you for your service, and that just might make their day. Um, I'm gonna sign off right now, so but just keep that in mind and give our veterans a little extra love, all right, if you get the chance. So this is Hot Dog Dave signing off. Eat a hot dog, but don't be a wiener. Happy Veterans Day.